Hello everybody, welcome again back to Patrick Damore Golf Instruction. This is your instructor Patrick, and today we got the one of the young bucks, so to speak, Nick Watney, who I think has a long future in this game with the action he's showing everybody on the golf course. You know, Butch Harmon's been working with him, and Butch does a lot of good things with his students. Obviously, that's what makes Butch so successful. That's what makes his students so successful. But a lot of this stuff is that Nick incorporates into a swing is found again in what I kind of promote and teach in my students, and what I try to get them to achieve during the golf swing. Arc, shoulders, and shift on plane swing. That's what I've been talking about. Let's look at Nick Watney here now. We're going to talk a little bit more about shift, one of the three dynamics of the on-plane swing. Now let's get a setup position here for everybody. His center of gravity, I'm as guessing, is somewhere in this area, kind of looks like, and sure enough, that's too perfect. That's right on top of the ball. That's exactly where I like to see things. That's good. Okay. Weight distribution looks like it's about 50-50 on both feet, and we'll get into the top of the swing here. Yeah, you can see his center of gravity, I think, is probably right here now. Let's get him at impact. Well, we're going to get the impact in a second. Let's go to the finish. Okay. Again, this is all excellent stuff. Golf swings like this last a long time because they're financially successful out there. Golf swings like this last a long time because they're physically successful. What I mean by that is this swing during impact and through the finish puts less stress back here on your lower lumbar area. You don't see this reverse C finish because he's completely vertical over top his front foot. His finish position is very vertical. It's that simple. Look where his head is at the finish of the golf swing, folks. Let's see where it was at address. Okay. Let's see it at the top. See, it's moving, folks. This is weight shift. And for the, you know, I don't like to pick on systems by all means. I mean, we all work hard at what we do and whatnot. But I am a strong believer in weight transfer during the golf swing. And I'm not talking Curtis Strange when he was 25 years old to 30 working with Jimmy Ballard. I'm just saying in my system, and I think most golf swings, you're going to see a dynamic transfer weight away from the target on the backswing. And likewise, during the forward swing, the upper body is going to go this way. Instead of hanging back here behind this imaginary wall, firing the hips, letting the hips spin, letting the hands come down and shoulders out of sync. During the correct, I think in the correct golf swing, the weight travels off the ball. Like Nick Watney here's showing you. He's only got about a 6-iron, I think, and he's moved off the ball, folks, by 3 inches. So don't sit there and tell me he doesn't shift his weight. He does. Simple as that. Right about there is where I think is loaded up to his right side. Now again, that's a medium to short iron. There's not a lot of shift. I'm not talking a foot off the ball. I'm talking the shorter the club, the less shift. The longer the club, the more shift. But there is a shift. And that's not even arguable, so I'm not going to beat that horse anymore. Let's talk about the forward swing now. Watch his move with the forward swing. Here's his torso. Okay, let's go to impact. Now, see his torso, don't you? It's moving. Isn't it? Let's go to the finish. Here's his torso again. Folks, that tells me exactly what I want to see, and what frankly I already know. This forward swing, this upper body, wrong line, pardon me, does some traveling. Alright, it's a matter of fact. I'm pretty black and white when I explain things because I don't like to beat around the bush. This upper body travels this way during the forward swing, folks. That's one of the three things in the on-plane swing is shift. Off the ball, back to the ball, and past the ball. And I'm not talking Curtis Strange 1985 shift. I'm talking just a very minor weight transfer. Quarterbacks, like throwing a football, they go back to their rear foot, throw the ball downfield, and their weight's on the front foot. Pitchers, same thing. Bowlers, tennis players, any athletic motion, you can have a weight transfer. So if I have one beef with these one-planers and these stack and tilters and these Sean Foleys, that's it. Alright. Let me pull up a quick picture here of something I think you're going to see. It's pretty neat. This guy's not too bad. He's, I think, 4 in the world now. Was number 1, Luke Donald. Let's put him at the top. Now let's get him addressed first. Okay, let's put him at the top. Okay, guys, here we go. Weight shift. Now he's probably even hitting a shorter iron. Yeah, a 7/8 iron, I think. Let's see where he's at in the backswing. I'm gonna center of gravity. I think is somewhere in that area. And maybe not quite that much. We'll move it over a touch. Probably in there. Folks, that's a weight transfer. What does this do? What does this weight transfer do? I'm going to show you exactly what this does. Weight goes that way. The upper body moves that way on the backswing. Upper body moves this way on the forward swing, as you can see with Nick Watney over here to the left. What does this do? Well, with the on-plane swing, shift, shoulders, and arc, I like to see a wide arc. I'm not bashful about this either. I like to see a wide arc. I mean, everybody does, but how many of these people ever thought about a wide arc on the forward swing? That's where I want to see it as well. Okay. I mean, if we had a mental image of how I would like to swing that backswing, that's about it. Club heads travel on a wide line, a lot of club head speed. Well, the fact of the matter is, why wouldn't we want to travel that so-called theoretical image on the forward swing? I would. You're attacking the ball on a much shallower angle. Alright. We're attacking the ball, club head I should say, is attacking the ball on a more parallel to the ground angle. What's that mean? Well, it means your landing area is longer. It means your margin of error is less. Your margin of success is more. Your club head speed that you do acquire through your golf swing is directed more into the ball towards the target instead of into the ball into the ground on a steeper angle. Okay, so shallow is better. If you come in shallow, you're directing the club head along the ground more instead of into the ground more, which means less spin plus higher launch. And if you read your magazines, like I stated before, that's one of the key ingredients to distance. Now, these stack and tilters and these on-planers and these Sean Foleys, and I even hence to say Hogan. I'm a huge Hogan fan, don't get me wrong. But even Hogan, you can remember in his book, greatly encouraged in my estimation, compared to the backswing, a very narrow downswing arc. Now, whether he did that actually in real life and what you say and what you do are two things usually, is arguable. But his forward swing arc, at least his idea of the forward swing arc, is very narrow, and I quite frankly just don't agree with it. I strongly believe if we can get these hands to travel, let me do this without the other lines. If we can get these hands to travel a wider arc on that forward swing, the shoulders have a much easier time staying synced up with the hips on that forward swing. Alright? If they travel that wide arc on the forward swing. Versus the distance lovers out here. Hip takes off this way, and these hands, when that hip takes off, take a shortcut to the golf ball. Now obviously not that steep of a shortcut, but I think I'm just trying to prove a point. They do take a shortcut. The arc they travel on the forward swing is narrower, less time to impact, which means an extreme amount of hand-eye coordinated movements with the hands and forearms and your eyes is going to be necessary to hit balls where you want to, and that's tough to do. Now, that describes maybe 1% of the population. Just so happens to be most of the guys on tour, not most, I should say a lot of them, good golfers out there. Hip takes off, and these hands want to travel a shorter arc to the golf ball instead of a more wide arc. Now we progress through Nick Watney's swing here. As you can see, his torso, and I haven't even gotten to the best part of his swing yet, folks. His torso is moving laterally to the target. Son of a gun, I got the wrong one there. See? That's him at the top. That's him at impact. And of course that's him at finish. So, his upper body is moving this way during the forward swing and during impact through the finish of the golf swing. Alright? It happens. That's what I call shift. Alright? That's what I call arcs. He's trying to create a very wide arc on his forward swing. Whether he's doing it or not, we're going to find out here right now. Let me put him at the top. I have a real quick recipe on this. His wrist hinge at the top. Okay, he's I like it again. Doesn't have a real huge wrist set, which I like. Let's start him down now. If this wrist set increases, that tells me he's actually still increasing his wrist set through the transition and into the downswing. Which it looks like he is a little bit. Yeah, he is. In fact, I'm pretty certain he is. Yeah, he is. So, he's increasing his lag through the transition into the downswing, and that tells me his arc's a little bit narrow, and obviously he's going to have late lag in this, and he's a long hitter. We all know that. He's 6'2", and if he could stop his wrist hinge before he gets to the top of that swing, or at the very least before he starts that downswing, he'd have the ability to keep these hands from taking a shortcut to the golf ball and traveling wider. Make him a little bit more consistent hitter, in my opinion. But in any event, arcs. Backswing arc, forward swing arc. Very similar in shape, and I want to see wide. Wide is in, wide is good. Wide is why we do this. Wide arc, backswing and forward swing. Shift, I've already showed you about that shift. Back and forth on the backswing and on the forward swing. Upper body goes away from the target on the backswing and to the target on the forward swing. We showed that with Nick Watney. Now, best thing about his golf swing. Let's, and this, I can tell a lot from impact, folks. A lot of instructors, we go right to the source, right to the moment of truth. Let's put the thing about video, folks, is it doesn't lie. And I caution people when they get into the video because it's easy to get lost and, oh my god, I'm doing this, I'm not doing that, I can't believe it looked like this. It's easy to get into that situation at impact or on video, and don't get lost in that, and that's part of your instructor's responsibility to not let you get down the road of, oh my god, Armageddon. Nick's shoulders position at impact and his shoulders position at address. I don't know if they're identical, but they're damn close. That is really, really good stuff. That tells me he's very level at impact, and we already know he's level at the follow-through. When you have your shoulders performing level positions like that at impact, and more importantly, or as importantly I should say, at the finish, your two arcs, backswing and forward swing, have a much easier time being the same shape, the same direction, and a similar size and angle. Backswing and forward swing arcs. Let's go back to his impact position again. Here's the other great thing. Again, he is pretty close to being vertical at impact, folks. He doesn't have this big, huge reverse C that we were taught as kids, or at least I was. I'm 42 years old. He's pretty level. He keeps that levelness right to the finish of the swing. So that's basically weight transfer in a nutshell, and that's what I like to see. When you transfer your weight this way, back and forth, it basically widens out the bottom of the swing arc on the back swing and on the forward swing. When you stay in a fixed center and turn and rotate, like these one-planers and these stacking tilters and these follies like to do. Again, pardon me. When you try to turn around a fixed axis, like again these other systems teach and promote, and just rotate, that promotes and encourages, I'm going to exaggerate this, but a lot more of this compared to this. Now again, those are exaggerations, but you understand what I'm trying to get at. Wider forward swing arcs, and to me that's a very, very positive way to go. And Nick Watney shows us in pretty good detail. His forward swing arc is wide. I think it could get wider, but again, we're not seeing the shortcuts to the golf ball from here. Now let's take him into the downswing. I want to see one more position here. Yeah, exactly. That's wow, that's huge telling right there. Upper body's right here. I think that's a pretty good idea where his upper body is. His move into his front side. As you can see, his upper body did not hang back whatsoever. It did not hang back this way. It traveled this way. Period. It traveled that way, so much so that he is really vertical. Almost too much, but again, that might be camera angle. I didn't take these pictures. Very level. That's a golf swing that's going to last a long time on tour in terms of making money. That's a golf swing that's going to last a lot on tour in terms of physical back injuries. In my opinion, he's got a lot of torque at the top, a lot of turn, but he doesn't stress out his low back by big reverse C impact positions. All right, again, he's pretty vertical at impact, in my opinion. I've seen a lot worse, let's put it that way. And of course, at the end of the swing, he's completely vertical. I like to promote the end of the swing. Right shoulder, right pocket or hip, right toe. You can draw a line between those three spots when you're done swinging, and this shoulder blade is level. Excuse me. You've done a lot of good things in your golf swing. I'm Patrick Damore at Patrick Damore Golf Instruction. If you need any help with your swing and you'd like something like this done to your swing, by all means, look me up on my website, www.patrickdamoregolf.com. I can accommodate anybody. Thank you.